Hello students, welcome to Triveni Memorial Senior Secondary School online classes. Today we are going to start Unit 1 Introduction to IT and IT's Industry, Chapter number 1 Application of IT and IT's Industry of Class 9. So IT stands for Information Technology and ITS stands for Information Technology Management Services. So let us understand this thing with the help of an example. Suppose you are out on a family vacation and you lost your way to the hotel. So what will you do? You will just open your phone and switch on your phone, and from there you will just open the Google Maps app, which will help you to give the path and tell you the required location. Then next is, if you want the latest information for your project on health and nutrition, from where would you get that information? Right, from the internet. Similarly, if you want to buy any product which is not in your reach at that particular point of time, what will you do? You will do the online shopping for that one. So now we can see that information technology has become an integral part of our lives, as we see that in every field of the life information technology has been embedded. So if we talk about the term ICT, that is the information and communication technology, it can be defined as a system of technologies, tools and the devices that are used in the transmit, process, store, create and exchange the information by electronic means. So this is how the information technology has come into account, and ITES is the information technology enabled services, that is the services which have been possible with the help of information technology being integrated into them, and they have improved the efficiency of that particular service. So next we have is information technology, which has changed everything over the years, and it has become an integrated part of our business and everyday lives. Some of the benefits of information technology are: it helps us to reach more potential customers, and it provides the better services to the customers, and it allows the customer to provide the feedback to improve the business. Also, it helps in the various other tasks, like it helps us to reduce the cost and improve the efficiency, and it streamlines and reorganize the operation. So these are some of the benefits of the information technology. Next we are going to talk about information technology enabled services. So these are some of the services which have enabled information technology in that one, and that has made their service more efficient and skilled. So ITES is a type of outsourced service that involves the use of IT. It can be human resource, it can be insurance, it can be finance, it can be banking. Here you see in the blue color one picture is given to you. It shows you the IT and the enabled services which are there, which are possible with the help of IT being integrated in them. So they are your testing, your infrastructure management, your project management, application development, and so many other areas. So for each IT services, there are two things which are involved. First is the technology, and second is the communication device. Like we are using the smartphone, so in that we'll see that there is a particular technology. Android operating system is there, and for communication we have a device which is our mobile phone. Next we are going to talk about the call center, which is a part of ITES, and it is a service which is provided to the customers, that is the support service which is provided. It can be related to the online shopping, it can be related to your sending and receiving calls. So you must have seen that sometimes when your phone is not working properly, network is not coming, so sometimes you just call the customer care, or sometimes if you have received any product and you may not find it apt for yourself, so you need to return it, and if some problem is coming, you need to contact the customer care for this purpose. So large number of telephone calls are received and transmitted by the trained customer care representatives, and the function of the customer care is basically it uses a contact number, which is a toll-free number. Like when you call any customer support, you just dial a toll-free number, and when the call reaches, the trained service representative answers your call, and to make sure that the highest standards are delivered, the IT expert create the technology to support the call center. And with the increase in the worldwide connection, there is no difference whether the call center is located in the city of the customer or anywhere outside of the city, because you can have the contact with the customer care anywhere around your particular country, right? After this we have the next is your business process outsourcing. So it is an important topic. Business process outsourcing basically refers to the practice of outsourcing a part of the business. That is, suppose a company is handling so many operations and one of the operations need to be handled by the expert. So that process is outsourced to any other organization, the one who is expert in handling that process. So you can say that business process outsourcing is a process of outsourcing a part of business to some another organization that is expert in handling such kind of processes. There are two things in this, one is the front end and one is the back end. So front end is the one which is interacting directly with the customer, like the person at the reception or any other, and back office is the work which is going on at the back, like account management or some other management work going on, that is known as a back end. Next we have the services which are a part of BPO. What are the services which can come in the BPO? We have the business transaction and payment processing services. Then next we have is document management services, other management services, account management services, technical services, customer support services, healthcare services. These all come under BPO. Now next topic is business process management. So the meaning, as the full form says, managing the business processes. So we can say it is a discipline in the operation management which is used as an ongoing process that focuses on developing the new processes and improve the corporate performance by managing the business processes. So you can see that in a business there can be different processes. So we have to just focus on the process which is already moving on, that is already going on, and we can develop new process and improve its efficiency. That is known as business process management. So BPM service industry is outstandingly well working in India because of the following advantages. First is we have the high quality services which are delivered, and second we have is it guarantees the flawless and excellent services. And government of India is also boosting the BPM industries by providing the required infrastructure and the support, right? After this we have structure of the IT BPM industry. If we talk about the IT BPM industry, that is information technology BPM industry. So in this case we just cater to the area which is the company is serving. Like it can be any area, like it can be about the products which it is working upon, it can be the type of services the company is providing, whether it is healthcare services or insurance services or any other. Third is the geographical reach of the company, that is if the company is located in the particular city or anywhere outside that particular city. And last is the scope of operations and the profit earned by the company. Scope of operations is where the company is basically based, and the profit earned by a company is the amount which is earned as a profit. Next we have the multinational companies, Indian service providers, and the global in-house centers. So all of you know that multinational corporation is that organization which controls the products or the goods at least one country other than the home country. So we can say that in India also there are so many multinational companies which are not of India, but they are maybe of some foreign countries and they are working in India. And similarly they have a very large size and they are working worldwide. Similarly we have the Indian service provider, that is they generally begin their operations in India and sometimes they set up their other branches in some other countries. Then we have the global in-house centers. The global in-house centers work for the parent organization only and do not work for the other clients. External clients that they do not work, but they work with their parent organization. Okay. So these are the three types of companies which can come under the BPM industry, that is the MNCs, multinational companies, and the Indian service providers, and the global in-house centers. After this we have the applications of IT. Applications of IT means areas where the information technology is being used. First is it is used in home and everyday life. Like daily at home we just open our internet and take out some good stuff. Daily news we see. So we use the online services to pay our utility bills and telephone bill, electricity bill, and we need the online newspapers to be updated, and we also watch entertainment programs on the internet. Like we can open YouTube or anything like that and just watch the videos related to any of the entertainment topics, right? Next we have is we play online games. So there are different uses, so you can write any use which is being asked in the question. how the IT is being used in the everyday life or at home, so you have to specify that one. Next is IT in the education sector. Now, when we talk about IT in the education sector, you have seen that when we are teaching, now in the period of lockdown, when the teachers are teaching the students, they are making use of the educational resources. Some of the students are not having the books in the as a hard copy, so what is done, the PDF copy of that particular book or chapter is provided to the students. Means the education resources are provided online, so that the child need not come to the particular physical location for studying. Instead he or she can study at his home also. Then we have the concept of online learning, where the child can study by sitting at his home. All the resources are provided to him. Web-based training is given. The geographical location is not a matter, and the student can study anywhere if he is outside the country also. Then next we have is the applications in the classroom. So when the students are studying in the classroom, we can make use of the audiovisual aids, like sometimes we use the smart classes, in which consists of the full chapter and the diagrams as well, which help us to understand the topic easily and practically. So we use the projector screens or the smart classes for this purpose. Then we have the learning management system. Sometimes various softwares come into account that help us to learn the particular concept. We have the different software for it. Learning is to deliver the education courses. Management is to organize those courses, create them, change them, assign them. Then system refers to the software which is being used to work on that. Okay. So LMS lets you to create the e-learning content. आप उसे बना सकते हैं, and then you can. It is the engine that powers the e-learning. So next we have is IT at the workplace. So how we use information technology at the workplace? Workplace means the area where we are working. It can be a school, it can be a company, or any other place. Like if we talk about school, we have discussed that in school it is used in the audiovisual content. CDs are also put at the backside of your book so that you can read from there. So if you're working in a company, how does it help us? Mostly the sheets are made in the Excel or in the Google Sheets, and that is all the date work is done online. And in the company, if you are working, you need to send mails regularly, or you need to be in contact or touch with your managers or the other employees. So sometimes we use a Google Hangouts for this purpose. So here is the point where IT has come in the use. It makes every employer's job easier and more efficient, and it helps by increasing the productivity. Similarly, it improves the work efficiency. Documents can be edited more quickly in the word processing program, and databases can be used to store the large quantities of data, and screening, recruiting, and hiring. It has become very easy with the help of the use of IT. Now, next is IT in library. How is information technology used in library? So in library we have the different activities, like we need to write down the name of the student who has taken a particular book, who has get the particular book issued, or any other thing like the name of a particular book and the code of the school for that particular book. So that information can be fed in the particular library management software, which help you to filter out the data whenever some data is required for that particular purpose. Next we have IT in business and marketing. When we talk about IT in business and marketing, we have seen e-commerce. E-commerce means marketing, product browsing, shopping, basically the commercial activities which go on the internet. So some of the information technology which are used in the business and marketing for this purpose are we do blogging for this. Like suppose there is a company and it has launched a new product and it wants to show the features of the product. If the company is having a blog, so you can just add that product, pictures of that one and important features of that one, and or the company can give a PPT presentation on that, or there can be customer relationship management systems which provide the particular information. Then we have the email communication also, or we can have the graphic design software or website, or the product can be marketed with the help of the social media also. After this, the concept comes is the e-commerce. So when we talk about the e-commerce, e-commerce is the activity of buying or selling the goods to the internet. Okay. So in this case, buying or selling the goods to the internet, it is online shopping which allows the user to search and compare the different items and products and services, so that the user can just buy a very good product which has a range, which has a cost which is also suitable to the customer, as well as the quality of the product is also Good. Next we have is IT in banking. So when we talk about IT in banking services, so basically the financial transactions which are going on. Financial transactions are handled in banking industry. We need to deposit the money or withdraw the money or to transfer the money, NEFT, RTGS, IMPS, we can do, it is done with the help of information technology. You can see that at the ATMs there are so many computers. You can go and put your ATM in it and get your money withdrawn. So the information technology is used here in the online banking, in ATMs, in banking apps. Now here we have that if we need to transfer any of the fund, we have so many banking apps in which we can see our statement also, how much balance is there. We have the debit and credit card information in our phone itself. So this is the way it has helped in the banking sector. Next we have is IT in the insurance sector. So when we talk about IT in the insurance sector, it has helped that insurance companies can keep a record of all the whatever the insurance have been done by the various customers, and it is updated regularly. So IT has helped in this sector also. Then next is IT in the communication and the social media. So we cannot imagine our life without the mobile phones, and here we have the mobile phones, email, Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter. These are all the social media sites which help us to stay updated with the day-to-day information. Then we have IT in entertainment and arts. We know that we can switch on the YouTube and we can see any video related to any of the topic, and music, videos, and so many other things are there. So IT is being also integrated in the entertainment and the arts like music, drama, dance, painting, and design. Okay. So after that we have IT in healthcare. In healthcare, the IT has played a very important role, as the diseases which were not curable earlier now have become curable. So if we want to see that if a person has a particular disease or not, we have the different technologies like X-rays are there, CT scans are there. So different things or technologies have come which have made to detect the particular disease very easy for the doctors and the other professionals working in the healthcare industry. So here you can see we have the computerized axial topography machine which help us to perform a series of cross-sectional scans and along a single ad of a broadly structure of the tissue and to construct a three-dimensional image. Similarly, we have the MRI machine which is used to detect the living tissues, and same way we have the different devices like electrocardiogram machine, ECG machine, which detects the heartbeat. Then we have the cardiac screening machine which performs the echocardiography, which uses the ultrasound to create the movement pictures of the heart. Then we have the electroencephalography machine. It is a test that records the electrical patterns in your brain. Then we have the blood sugar machine. You must have seen that, which is used to detect the level of blood in the sugar. And then we have the blood pressure measuring machine, which help us to find our BP, that is how much BP we have at the particular point of time. So these are the different technologies or the machines which are being used in the healthcare industry. Then we have IT in scientific research and engineering. So in this case, when we are working, so in the science and engineering, it has helped by providing the various technologies that help the engineer to build the new technologies. And apart from the uncountable users, computers are also used for storing a large amount of data, performing the calculations, computer-aided design, and many other such operations. Now, IT has also played an important role in the government and the public services. Like you must be using Paytm, you must be using the Bheem app, you must be using the My Government app or the Aadhaar website you must have seen, where you can get your Aadhaar details updated or changed. Similarly, there are so many apps in which government has just integrated IT to make it more efficient for the users who are working for. Now we see that if we have to pay the electricity bill, we need not go to the powerhouse. We can just pay it using the Paytm or Google Pay or any other such app. Similarly, if we have to get our any such information updated or we want our PF, so we can get the particular app downloaded in our phone, and that will help us to give them more information about it, which these are some of the things, these are the services which are provided by the government, right? So next we have is question answers. The first question says, how does IT help a business organization? So we have learned that IT can help a business organization by selling and buying the goods over the internet, which will help us to increase the productivity. So here we have is the marketing of products, that is selling and buying of goods on the internet, and it helps us in the business by blogging sites, by websites, by social media. So this way the IT is helping the business organization. Second question is, what is BPO? Mention any 5 BPO services. So we have learned about the BPO, that BPO is business process outsourcing, which help us to outsource a particular process of the business, which is being outsourced to a particular organization which is expert in handling that process. And we have also learned about the BPO services like customer support services, account management services, account support services, document management services. These all come under the BPO services. Next question is, what steps have been taken by Government of India to improve the efficiency of the government services being delivered? So for this you have to write down this answer, that government departments use the computer systems for preparing the electoral list, the last paragraph. So in this paragraph you have been given that computers are being used for preparing the PAN cards, the election list, and they are also used in the income tax and the sales tax department. Electricity bills can be paid, and also the government is now using the electronic voting machine for the elections. And in this you can specify some of the names of the apps, like Beam app is there, Umang app is there, GST rate finder app is there, these type. Okay. Next question is, list any 4 social media services that help you to keep in touch with your family and friends. So nowadays we use so many social media services like WhatsApp, we use Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So these are some of the social media services that help you to keep in touch with your family and friends. So we are done with the chapter number 1. Unit 1 consisted of 1 chapter, that is chapter number 1. We have done with the chapter, and we are done with the explanation of the chapter. I hope you have understood all the topics, revise them properly, and do the question answers in your notebook. Thank you students, have a good day and take care of yourself.